Hey guys, Brandon here from Exotic Cars 19, bringing you guys a different kind of video. Hopefully you guys could hear me. There's a lot of landscapers mowing lawns and repaving something. So hopefully you guys could hear me. But today I'm going to be washing, not so much detailing, but just doing a good wash on the C7 Vet. It's really, really dirty. Drove to Cars and Coffee and it rained on us, drove it home, and it got really, really dirty, and I washed it the day before. So we're going to go ahead and wash it. Had one comment on the birthday surprise video saying, oh, it scared me when I heard you washed it because you didn't wash it correctly and people don't know how I wash a car. So basically the way I'm going to wash this is it's going to be half a teaching to hopefully you guys maybe who don't know how to wash cars correctly, and also half a learning for me. If you guys have any tips or you don't like something I did and there's a better way to do it, let me know. Hopefully you guys could take something away from this and you guys could teach me something. So we're going to go ahead and wash it. The interior is very, very clean. Everything's really clean. So we're going to go ahead and do the wash right now. So let's go ahead and I'm going to put you in, we're going to bring the camera in the garage. I'm going to show you all my equipment. Okay, I just shut my garage door, so hopefully you guys can hear me better and hopefully the lighting's pretty good. So hopefully I'm not forgetting anything here, but here's pretty much what I gathered up. This is what I'm going to be using. One thing I'm going to be doing different is using the 2-bucket method. So basically the 2-bucket method is you get 1 bucket just of water. So you could rinse your mitt off and get all the dirt off, and then you put it back in the soap. I never really thought I needed that because my bucket was always really, really clean. And when I wash the car, I'll rinse it in that same bucket, and I put the mitt on the rim, and I never let it go to the bottom of the bucket. That's why they have grit guards and all that to protect keep the dirt trapped, so you're using clean water all the time. I never felt like that was necessary because I was never washing mud off of cars or anything like that. It was just getting fine dirt and stuff like that. And this time we're going to be using the 2-bucket method just because I want to try it out. It's just water in another bucket, that's all it is. And the Corvette's actually pretty darn dirty. I'll show some shots of that. We'll do that. So basically, I got some new materials here that I just got not too long ago. I'm going to be using 2 different kinds of soaps, and I'll get to that in a second. I just got this yesterday. You kind of want to make sure your microfiber mitts are really nice. I never liked sponges. I thought the material was too rough for to be any better than microfiber mitts. So I don't know, you guys can inform me on those if sponges are really that bad or whatever. I just don't like sponges. I like the microfiber mitts and wool towels or the wool gloves as well. Those are nice too. So basically, in this bucket, like I said, it's just water, and I have the mitt on there right now. And then right here we have a bucket with water, and I have some here. I'm going to go ahead and bring some stuff to the camera here. So this right here is just high foam formula, black magic, car wash, yada yada. Hopefully you guys can see that. Hopefully the camera will adjust as well as I want. So anyway, I have this in this bucket right here. The reason I have 2 different kinds of soaps is that's the one that's going to be making contact with the car from the mitt. I also have a foam cannon here, and basically if I use the same soap from the same container for both the bucket and the foam cannon, I realized I could only wash like maybe 5 or 6 cars before I need to buy some more soap. So what I did is, this was a little bit more expensive for a little less, and then I got this made by Rain-X. It's also foaming car wash concentrate, blah, 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 blah. And it's 100 ounce, so it's, 100 ounces or whatever. Super value. So it comes with a lot more, and it was like about the same price, maybe a little cheaper. So I just said, okay, so I'm just going to use this for the foam cannon. I just dumped some in there. And because the foam cannon is not necessary, it just helps a lot. So because it's not necessary, it's only going to help, I'm just going to use the better value soap. That way, my Black Magic, the one that's more important, going to be making contact with the car, I can preserve a little longer and wash some more cars, probably even more than double the amount of cars. So yeah, again, this is the MTM foam cannon. This is going to connect to our power washer. I got this for roughly $60 or something like that on eBay or Amazon, I believe. So basically, I put about, I didn't even measure, you just kind of go with what you want, 200 milliliters or so, less than 10 fluid ounces. Of the soap, and then just mix it with some water, kind of like swirl it around a little bit. Basically, this is the front of the nozzle. This controls how much of the soap it uses. I put it on all the way. And then this controls the beam of the soap. I put it on max width, and that works out fine. So basically, when we're done with that, then we take the bottle out, and then we just run it through water so nothing clogs in there or whatever. Okay, what else here? I don't always use this, but today we're going to go ahead and use it because it's pretty filled up with some bugs, the front of the Corvette. So this is just bug remover. There's directions here, like put it on there, wait a minute, and then take it off with a sponge. I'm not gonna do that. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on. The first thing I put on the car is gonna be this. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put the foam on it. Usually I power wash it with just water, then I put the foam. Right now, I mean, it's new paint, so dirt rolls off like you just waxed it, basically. So I'm gonna put the foam on first, and I find that the foam sticks better on the car and lasts a little longer on there when it's not wet. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And then I have some better ways to shine tires, but I'm just gonna do the quick way. This is just McGuire's hot shine foam. Literally like spray painting white walls on your tires, and then you just go with a dirty towel. It doesn't even matter what it is. And you clean it up with that. And then we have whatever you want to use for glass cleaner. This is just invisible glass, it works pretty well. So, and then I just got this the other day too. This is just a big microfiber towel, really good for drying. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and use that. We're gonna use the more absorbent side, and we're just gonna go ahead and easy strokes, don't put force down, just glide it over the car, and we should be pretty good as far as drying. You're also gonna need one more microfiber towel, which I'm gonna go ahead and grab. So this is a brand new microfiber towel. What we're gonna do is remove the tags so it doesn't get in the way of your car, and then shake all the lint off. We're not gonna use this one until later. Basically, we're gonna wash the car, and then we're gonna bring it in the garage where we can control the elements and lighting. We're gonna get this damp, rinse it out as best we can, and then we're gonna go ahead and take care of all the streaks and water spots that maybe got left behind with the other microfiber towel. So again, we'll get to that in a little bit later. So with that, that's about all I'm going to be using just for the power washer. I got this for literally $150 at Costco, which is quite a bargain. Probably washed about 20 cars or so with it so far, and it's doing great. It's an electric power washer. I like them so much better than gas. This is the Blue Clean 1800 PSI. 1800 is all you need for a car. So obviously you could get over double that on pressure, which you would want on gas for cleaning cement and sidewalks. This is for cars. So I put it on medium power, and that's all you need for a car. You don't want a stricter clear coat or anything like that. So perfect power washer for it. So we're gonna go ahead and just get started. Okay, so I know I'll probably look pitch black because it's so dark in here and really sunny out there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and explain it. This is gonna be the bug off. We're just gonna go ahead and spray it on the front of the car real quick. Not too much, we don't really need it. I just kind of put where the clumps of the bugs were. So I'm going to go ahead and let that sit for just a couple seconds, and we're going to go ahead and put the empty foam can on the electric power washer, start it up, and then we're going to go ahead and just foam it up real quick. Okay, yeah, it looks pretty ridiculous that I look like I'm just a walking shadow. But anyway, so we just foamed the car up, and while we let that sit, I'm going to go ahead and unscrew the bottle, which still has some foam in it, and then I'm going to run it through again until all the foam's gone and it's just water going through it. That way the foam cannon is nice and clean and there's nothing going to jam it up, so that's what we're going to do right now. And then we could go ahead and take the bottle inside and rinse it out with water, because there's still obviously some soap in there. So we're just going to go ahead and rinse it out over to the rocks. And then reconnect it to the bottle, because it doesn't really matter. It's not like bubbles are going to go back into it when there's nothing on. So now it's ready for another use and another wash. So we can go ahead and unscrew that. Now we have the empty bottle, it's all clean. So we're going to go ahead and put the other nozzle, the 25-degree power wash sprayer, on here. And we're still going to go ahead and give some time to settle and bring all that dirt down. And in case you guys don't know, let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, so while we let the foam settle and come back down, I'll go ahead and try to explain to you guys the benefit of a foam cannon. Okay, don't mind the people in the back. But anyway, the foam cannon, basically what it does is all the dirt that's pretty easy to remove, like sticks or any kind of regular dirt, the foam pretty much breaks it down and kind of brings it down for you. And basically the whole benefit, long story short, is it reduces the chance of swirl marks. So all the dirt, it breaks it down, and then when you go with the power washer like we're about to do in just a second, it basically takes all that weakened and the weakened dirt and takes it off without you ever even touching the car. That way, when you go back into the car with the mitt or whatever, it's cleaner than it was before. And you do straight lines, like small panels at a time, and then you pretty much eliminated any chance of swirl marks. And then you just dry it correctly, and then you got the clean car. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. It looks like the foam settled up, so we're going to go ahead and power wash it now. Okay, before I get to power washing, just a quick side note. The best day to wash a car is not like this. You want to choose a cloudy day, and obviously in a perfect world I could wash the car indoors with good conditions, but I can't. So right now it's really sunny. I don't like that because the foam and even water dries up really quickly, giving you water marks that you have to go in there with a wet damp microfiber towel and take away later. On a cloudy day, that water, especially if it's like a cool day like spring, if it's like 70 some degrees and very cloudy, that's the perfect day to wash a car because the water's not going to dry up from under you. So we got to kind of move quick when the sun's out. So we're going to go ahead and start power washing. The key is just to keep it wet all the time. Even if you already washed a certain panel, just put some water on it so it doesn't dry from you. Okay, so now the sun's really beaming out and the water's drying pretty much as soon as I spray, so we're going to have to move quick like I said. One thing I didn't note is with the power washer, even though this is an 1800 psi electric pressure washer on like a quarter or like medium power, you still want to keep your distance. The closest I ever got was probably around the roof at about right here. I could get right there and I'm not going to hurt anything, but you don't need to. You're not going to get it any cleaner. I'm pretty impressed with this new paint. It's almost like you wax it. There's no wax on it. We're not going to do wax today either. That's going to be on a separate video. But the dirt's rolling off really easily with the mixture of it being new paint and the foam cannon. So I could let it air dry even, and a normal person would think it's very clean. But obviously we know it's not. So we're going to go ahead and start washing with the mitt. And whenever I think panels are starting to dry up, whether they have foam or soap or they're just water, I'm going to get that power wash and I'm going to spray it again. Because you can't let that dry from underneath you. So we'll get to the drying portion later. So as of right now, we're going to go ahead and start using the mitt and get clean. Okay, so as you saw, I only did small panels at a time, and also to prevent me from going back to the wash or to the buckets, I just flipped the towel because the backside was clean. So now that I just did the whole front end from the windshield upwards, the whole back of the car is now drying. So I'm going to go ahead and power wash the soap off and then power wash the whole car again. Okay, so windshield up to the bumper, that's done, so we're going to go ahead and do exactly what you just saw with the rest of the car. Again, small panels, and we'll get to the wheels later, but like door and then the back fender, then the windshields and the windows and all that stuff, and then we'll get to the wheels later. So just do that, and then I'll get back to you guys when the car is all clean and still wet. Alright, so I just finished washing with a mitt the last panel, which is the back. I already did the windshield and everything like that. I just had to skip through just so it wouldn't take too long. So I'm going to go ahead and power wash that real quick, and then I'm going to tell you guys what to do. I'll just go ahead and set it up real quick. This looks like the same mat that I've had, for the mitt I mean. Same mitt, and it is the same mitt except this is like a year old. And I don't use this for cars anymore because it has holes and all that stuff. But I am going to use it for the exhaust, so I can get in there with the exhaust and the wheels. It's not like so dirty it's going to scratch the wheels up. I just don't want it on paint. So anyway, we're going to use this for the dirty parts. The reason you don't want to do that, and the reason you want to do that last, is so your clean mitt doesn't get dirty when you wash your body panels. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my water bucket, which doesn't look like a water bucket anymore. And we're going to go ahead and wash the whole car again just so it doesn't dry up on us again. And we're going to do the back end. so we just finished power washing it. So now it's no soap on the water, or no soap on the car, it's just water, which we still have to watch out for the dry marks and make sure that's always wet. But now that's still wet, we're going to go ahead and get the old microfiber mitt. We're going to wash the wheels first. We're going to just do all of them real quick and then power wash them later. And then I'm going to get into the exhaust and make sure that's nice and clean. So we're going to go ahead and get to that. Okay, so now that I'm sweating like a pig in the Texas heat, so all the, every body panel, the exhaust, the wheels, everything, the windshields, all the glass has been cleaned. All the soap is off, now it's just wet. What we're going to go ahead and do is move everything for the most part out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and get my big microfiber towel. I'm going to go ahead and wash it to where it's good enough, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I got my big dry microfiber towel. I'm going to go ahead and not start from the front and go to the back. I'm going to start where the sun is, because that's what's going to dry up first. So we're going to go ahead and go there. Okay, so I dried it to where it's good enough. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is get rid of the brake dust. Because of the materials that the brakes and the rotors are made out of, when it gets contacted by water, it gets really, really rusty. And if we don't drive it for like another, even if we drive it in like 2 hours, when we drive it, the brakes are going to be so sensitive, even when we drive it right now, they're going to be so sensitive because there's all the rust on it. So what I'm going to do, and what you could do is, if you have a steep driveway, you can go down your driveway, gliding on your brakes, go back up, and do that like 10 times or as long as it takes. What I'm going to go ahead and do is take it on a little cruise to my neighborhood until I don't hear that brake dust anymore. And then when that's done, I'm going to pull it in the garage and we're going to go ahead and detail it even further. Okay, so the car is for the most part very clean now. We just went on a little drive to get rid of the majority, if not all of the brake dust. Pretty much you can do that, like I said, in your driveway, just pulling down the brakes while coasting downhill or whatever. So once the brake dust is removed, then don't have to worry about that next time you drive it. So, like I said, we have our brand new microfiber towel with the tab removed, and then we shook all the lint off. And then we went ahead well, I went inside, ran it through a sink. You can do it with your hose or whatever. You just get it really, really wet. That will basically get rid of any other lint, dirt, and you need it wet to get rid of all the water spots and streaks. So you kind of need water to get rid of water spots. So we got it all wet, and as you can see, it's not dripping at all. So basically what I did is I kept doing this after I rinsed it. You just fold it again, fold it the other way, and then you keep twisting, and then you get ready. I might get a little bit more water here, but yeah, we got one drop there or so. So this thing is ready to go. You keep doing that until there's no water coming out of it. You can shake it around, there's no mist or water. Once you have that, there's basically 2 sides to the microfiber towel. One is a lot furrier, I guess you could say, than the other. You're going to use that side, the furry side. And you're just going to go ahead and go back and to all the body panels with a little bit of effort, just like that. This is getting rid of any water spots, streaks, or any dirt that got put on there on that little dry or anything like that. And the microfiber towel I used to dry the thing is a brand new one. So I'm noticing a little bit of blue lint on there. This is just going to go ahead and take care of all that. So we're just going to go ahead, straight lines, and every single body panel. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and open all the doors, the engine and the trunk area, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of all the water in there. You can even go over the mirrors and the glass. So we're just going to go ahead and do this to all the body panels. Okay, so I just went over the entire car with this microfiber mitt, or the towel. I opened the door, the hatch, and the engine, the hood, and got on all the seams in there. And then when water dripped down from that, I dried up that water again. But again, open up the doors at least, because there's still a lot of water in there that went through with the hose or power wash or whatever you used. So then once you use all that, and you know you did a pretty good job, and the microfiber towel is nice and clean. I got a little black spots here from like the engine spot, because I cleaned the inside the engine. There's some dirt, so we got a little black. But other than that, it stayed pretty clean. So now what we're going to go ahead and do, and you kind of need good lighting for this, is we're going to go in and clean the wheels pretty good. So with the same microfiber mitt, or towel again, we're just going to go ahead and clean all the spokes and go as deep as possible in there. And then after all of that, we're pretty much done. We're just going to go ahead and apply the invisible glass, probably with the same mitt because it's still pretty clean. And then some foam for the McGuire's foam for the tire shine. So once we do that, we're done. Okay, so I decided not to go with the tire shine because they're actually shining pretty good right now. If I add tire shine, right now it's going to look too fake and too shiny. So right now it has a pretty good balance of shine. But if you were to use it, you guys know how to probably use tire shine. It just sprays on there like white walls. It's like white spray paint, and then you let that sit and you dry it off. So what I'm going to do here is add some invisible glass. This stuff works pretty well. I've had better material, but basically it goes on and it turns white. Spray it on. You could use it on the side mirror as well. Here we go. We're just going to do the outside of the car. The inside part, the glass inside, is very clean. Again, this is just all because it rained on us during cars and coffee, and so the whole car is really dirty from the outside. So inside, like I said, I'm not going to be doing anything like interior detail. When I have that opportunity to do another interior detail, I'll go ahead and get that on video. So we're going to go ahead and let that sit there for a little bit. So again, that was just some invisible glass. I'm going to go ahead and sit down. Yeah, this was just a quick exterior wash. I already did the interior, not like it needs it. It has under 1,000 miles still. So it's very, very clean on the inside. This was just an exterior wash detail, not really a detail. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and put this away. If you watched my last video, I detailed a Lotus Evora S GP edition, my neighbor's car. And that thing I started, it wasn't too dirty, but that one took 4.5 hours roughly. I basically washed it like this. I went in the interior, did leather cleaner, vinyl cleaner, plastics, this, that, everything. And then I waxed it. I'm not going to wax this one, doesn't really need it yet. So we're not going to do anything yet, but when I do wax it, maybe I'll make a video. It's not really that big of a deal. And that's pretty much it. Looks like it's curing, or the bubbles and everything like that's kind of gone away, so you can go ahead and clean that. We're going to go ahead and fold this, makes it a little easier. But yeah, next time I have an opportunity to wash the Lotus, I'll make a video like this, because the other one I just put music behind that video. This one I'm actually talking. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about my wash here, and what kind of videos you guys want to see, because there's, I forgot the YouTube channel, but there's that guy, I'll put a link to his channel if I remember to. He details his blue Porsche, I believe it's like a GT3 or something like that, 911, I forgot. But he details them, and some of his videos are like an hour long, and I enjoy watching those as well. I'm going to try to keep this video under 20 minutes. If I could get under 15 or 10 minutes even, that'd be good. But because I did a lot of fast forward and everything like that. But let me know if you guys want a long video and I show you and talk you guys through everything with like a mic. I don't think you guys want to see that from me, so I just kind of rushed this one, or fast forward and everything like that. But again, I make these videos not for myself, but for you guys, so you tell me what kind of videos you guys like. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the glass here. But yeah, I really never washed cars for money. It's kind of just a thing I enjoy. I enjoy doing. Because you get to be close to these cars. Usually at car shows and all that stuff, you get to see these awesome cars like the Lotus and all that stuff, but you don't touch them. That's the #1 rule about car shows. Don't touch the car if it's not yours. Here, I have to wash, or I have to touch it because I'm washing it. So car shows and all that, that's always fun, but I've never felt closer to a car than when I was taking pictures of it. For photography and all that, for my Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and Instagram. But really, taking pictures for photography of a car and washing a car is how I really, really feel connected with the car. It's just a weird thing. So So again, I never do this for money, or I haven't so far. I just like to wash, just to get close with these cars. Luckily this one belonged to my dad, so I could do this a lot. But in the Lotus I get to do every now and then. I'm like the only person who washes that car. But yeah, detailing, photography, that's how I get close with these cars. And of course driving as well. So that pretty much does it for this video. I hope you guys enjoy. And just like I was saying, so not only do I like to film these cars, I like to take pictures of these cars for photography. And in case you guys don't know, I'll put all the links in the description. I'm on Facebook. I'm not too active, but I have a Facebook for Exotic Cars 19. I have a Twitter. I have an Instagram that I like to keep up with, and I also have a Tumblr. Tumblr, I just have to stockpile all my pictures. So if you guys like automotive photography, check out the Tumblrs. I like how I just throw all the pictures in there. So that pretty much does it for this wash. Again, if I ever go into more detail, I'll be sure to bring you guys along with that. So any videos, any recommendations, or anything like that, feel free to let me know. But until then, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day.